Where do YouTube? It's your boy MB, aka Ambitious, back at it again with another one. I know it's been a minute, but I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. Once I explain what I'm going into, maybe you'll understand. So, I know my last video that I dropped was the 3 pillars of excellence. If you haven't seen that, check it out, and make sure you subscribe and turn the little like notification thing on, I guess, so you know like when I do drop videos. But in this video, I'm basically gonna finally reveal what specialty I'm going into. I've been asked numerous times, like, Abraham, what are you going into? Abraham, what are you going into? I kind of always ignore that question in my comments. So today I'm gonna talk about it. If you follow me on social media, then you probably already know, because it's all over there. The links to my Instagram and my Twitter are below, so go ahead and check that out if you don't follow me already. So yeah, so before I get into what I'm going into, I'm gonna just reintroduce myself. My name is Abraham Banco. I'm a 4th year medical student. I go to school in Long School of Medicine in San Antonio, originally from the A. Shout out to H-Town. And yeah, it's been a crazy journey. You know what I'm saying? I started my channel about 2 years ago, really just to spread hope, spread inspiration, spread motivation, and ultimately let you know that like you can do whatever you put your mind to. You know, my first video, how the hell did I get into med school? I kind of talked about my path to medicine. And if you would have asked me 4 years ago what I was going into, it would be totally different than what I'm actually going into. So going into medical school, I thought I wanted to be an anesthesiologist. My mentor in college, Dr. Scales, shout out to Dr. Scales, he was an anesthesiologist and he was a boss, man. Like, he just moved around the hospital and he got what he wanted. And I was like, I like that. So I came in thinking anesthesia, they get paid well, they have a nice lifestyle. It was either anesthesia or pediatrics. Like, I love kids. So that's what I thought I was gonna go into, but then things kind of changed. Cool, so let's get back to it. So I get to medical school, and my medical school assigns each student to a randomly assigned preceptor. And without further ado, I'll be going into orthopedics. Yes, sir. So my randomly assigned preceptor at my school was an orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Mark DeHart. Shout out to Dr. Mark DeHart. And we had to, like, with our preceptors, we have to check in once a month. So the first couple of months I checked in, it was more like clinic outpatient orthopedics, where we'll just like see like patients in clinic, knee pain, hip pain, things like that. So it was cool. And I really wasn't even sold on ortho at the time. It was just more like, okay, that's cool or whatever. And I was really still interested in anesthesia. I was really still interested in general surgery, like trauma general surgery. I had shadowed in the trauma bay as a first year, and like it was madness. I was like, oh, that's dope. And then I flirted with the idea of ENT for a while as well, just because, I don't know, we had this one speaker come speak to us in my school, and he did like vocal cord surgery. And like the way he was able to impact his patients was dope. So I was like, okay, that sounds cool. I could probably do that too. But it wasn't until I actually got to scrub a case my second year, that's when I fully sold out. I was like, yeah, this is what I need to do. So my second year in medical school, I got to actually participate in the knee surgery. So like the first case, I just watched it. Like, we got the hammers, we got the saws, we got the nails. I'm just like, oh, wow, like this is what people do in real life. And then by the second case of the day, my preceptor actually allowed me to like make a cut, like a cut on the patella. And that feeling that was going through my body, I was like, yeah, sign me up. I don't care what I gotta do, because this is it. Before then, so I decided like, okay, I really like orthopedics. But at that point, I think there's a certain moment of like kind of anxiety that comes when you like something competitive, you know what I mean? So like, if you're watching this video and you're interested in orthopedics, dermatology, plastic surgery, neurosurgery, I'm sure you've all felt that feeling like, damn, like, that means I kind of like gotta do well in school, I gotta like achieve and like, be at the top of my class and do well on my boards and all of that, that's kind of anxiety provoking. So I didn't really want to accept fully that I want to do ortho, you know what I mean? Because I was just kind of not scared, but like I was aware that like, damn, if I commit, then I gotta commit. Before I fully committed, while I was still kind of flirting with it, at the end of my first year of med school, I went to the Student National Medical Association, the national conference, AMEC, It was in Atlanta, Georgia. And Nth Dimension, shout out to Nth Dimensions, they had like a sawbones kind of workshop where like they like you can like drill through get a saw and drill through like sawbones, which is like basically fake bones. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, but I didn't really commit until I got in that case second year, and I was like, yeah, it's time. What do I need to do? So why orthopedics? It's funny because like now that I say orthopedics, and I'm sure if you watch my other videos, people always tell me like I have an orthopedics personality, which I do. But I just think orthopedics is legit the perfect specialty for me. To begin, I think it wasn't an accident. I don't think it was chance that I got assigned an orthopedic preceptor. There's kids in my school who know they want to do orthopedics from the jump, and they get stuck with like a pediatric nephrologist or something. You know what I'm saying? Something random. And for me to even be given a preceptor who's in orthopedics, like, I believe in God, I believe in faith, and I think that's God just like aligning my stars. Like, okay, this is how I want to use you. But even to that sense, man, like in addition to that, in addition to that, it just checks all the boxes that I'm looking for in a specialty. I really, really like the physics and the engineering that goes behind the surgeries and the procedures. I don't know if you've ever seen a hip replacement, if you've ever seen a knee replacement, but I'm talking about human carpentry. You know what I'm saying? We have drills, we have saws, we have nails, hammers, and it's like, it takes a certain level of engineering to even think like, okay, like I can replace, you know what I'm saying, the end of a dude's knee or a lady's knee and get rid of like the pain inducing portion of osteoarthritis, put some, metal implants and get them back moving. Like that's just wild to me. So I really like that. I also really like musculoskeletal anatomy and like, the body. Like I was an athlete in high school, played, varsity football, varsity baseball, intramurals, like all through. I love sports, the Rockets, the Texans, things like that. So I was like, okay, well, what better specialty than orthopedics to like fully indulge in that specific anatomy set? And I was like, okay, like I get to really, hone in on the organ system that deals with functionality the most. You know what I mean? And like being able to restore my patient's function. Like I remember like it was one case where like we gave this guy a new knee, and he was able to range his knee past what he's ever done like in the last like 3 or 4 years. He just came to tears, you know what I mean? And being able to like restore that in a patient, like it's an undescribable feeling. Like clinic, I be in clinic and there be patients who, they're 6 months post-op, 1 year post-op, like, hey doctor, thank you so much for doing my operation. Like, when can you do my other knee? You know what I mean? Like, I'm so blessed. Like, I can do the things I like to do. I'm back on the golf court. I can pick up my children again. I can play with my grandchildren again. I can garden again, things like that. You know what I mean? And that like gratification that comes knowing that you're making a difference every single day, it's hard to beat. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. You know what I mean? As far as the personality of orthopedics, like I feel like I really do have the personality. I'm a work hard, play hard type of guy. I love sports. I like cars, all that kind of, stereotypical things. Like, I'll be in the gym. You feel me? I'm Ortho 500, all of that kind of crap. But on a serious note, I really vibe with like the people that also like orthopedics. When you fit the people that you work around with, it makes work so much like that much more fun. I be in clinic and we be joking around, having a good time, seeing patients. It's just a good environment to be in, and I think that's something you really have to like look at whenever you're choosing your specialty. Because if you can't stand the personality type of your colleagues, then like that's just not gonna be a rewarding situation. Yeah. Going back to like why I believe like this was my destiny, like I chose ortho. Then it becomes down to like, okay, now I gotta start checking the boxes and make myself a competitive applicant. You know what I mean? And like even like my experiences, step 1, step 2, y'all seen those videos. You know what I mean? Like that's literally God giving me the graces to continue on this path. You see what I'm saying? So like I don't think it's an accident that like I don't think I chose orthopedics. I think orthopedics chose me. So I'm excited to kind of see, where this takes me. So with that being said, that's why I was primarily MIA off YouTube for like the last couple of months, because I didn't want to do anything that would jeopardize my chances of matching. Orthopedics still is a very in sense conservative field of medicine, and I didn't want anything that can like be perceived the wrong way. I know I'm not doing anything wrong on the channel. I'm just my authentic self. At the end of the day, you always want to maximize the chances, and you don't want to do anything that can like hurt those chances. So that's really why I was like, okay, I kind of had a timeline. I'm gonna drop that video in July, and I'll come back and I drop this video like in March, because at this point all the rank lists are in, and now it's a waiting game till match day. You know what I mean? And we'll really see how like this whole like YouTube channel thing goes. I love making videos, and I still want to like, drop the keys for step 2 and all of those things. I'm gonna do all of that, but ultimately moving forward, I have to play within the means of the places that I'm in. And I hope you understand that, like, once I'm an attending, once I'm, done with everything, yeah, I can do what I want to do. But until then, there's a certain level of limitations or statutes that you have to follow within the confines of where you are. But, I still got heat coming, so make sure you subscribe so when I do drop videos, y'all know when those come. Lastly, as far as like orthopedics, after I finished my 3rd-year rotations, I did away rotations, and competitive specialties, you kind of have to do like away rotations, which is basically a month-long audition to see whether like that you fit in there. And then ultimately, more importantly, you're seeing, do you like that program? So there's the chance for the program to see if they like you, but it's more important, do you like the program? So I did array rotations at Harvard, Emory, NYU. I'm gonna have like a nice little recap video I'm gonna drop on that experience, kind of showing y'all the highlights. So again, make sure you subscribe so you see that. But I did that, came back to San Antonio, took my CK, step 2 CK, and went on the whole interview trail, you know what I mean? So now I'm in a part of 4th year where like I ain't got nothing to do. I wake up on Netflix, I go to the gym. I'm going to Mardi Gras. We got other couple trips. I'm trying to plan a trip to Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? So like, life is good. Lastly, before I end this video, I kind of want to talk about my options within orthopedics. I don't know what I want to do in ortho yet. There's a whole variety of subspecialties. You have like hand, upper extremity, you have spine, you have pediatrics, you have trauma, you have total joints, which is like hips and knees, you have foot and ankle, you have tumor, you know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe even forgetting a couple. But I don't know what I want to do within ortho at the moment, but I just know that I love like the bread and butter. And as you make your decision as far as what you want to specialize in, it's a couple of things you have to ask yourself, like, okay, like, do you like using your hands or do you not like using your hands? You know what I mean? I think that's like a very pivotal first thing. Do you like procedures? Because if you like procedures, then like you're looking at like it's either something surgical or something that has like procedures like GI or cardiology. Next question is like, do you love the OR? Because if you don't absolutely love the OR, the process of doing all of that is not worth it. You feel me? And then it's like you ask yourself like, okay, like what kind of lifestyle do I want to live, or things like that. You know what I mean? And ortho for me, like I love the OR. I love using my hands. I love the immediate gratification I get. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that I'm making real impactful differences in patients. Like whether you like it or not, if you break your hip, you know what I'm saying, or you fracture your knee or something like that, like you gotta see me. So I like that. And then like it doesn't hurt that we get paid well as well. You know what I mean? Like they're very well compensated. So all in all, orthopedics is the best package for me. I will appreciate all the prayers, and I do appreciate all y'all support. I appreciate y'all like still rock with me, even though I've kind of been off for a little bit. I hope y'all now understand like kind of what went into that. It's not that I've just been out here being lazy, but like there's a method to the madness. Anywho, let's see, you know what I'm saying? Let's see where this takes us. I got a lot more coming for y'all, so subscribe, share, all that. You know what it is. It's Ambitious Abe. Stay humble, stay hungry. Let's get it.